Dear Celine, have you ever noticed those elderly couples where one seems lost and confused while the other gently guides them, offering support and even a stern word when needed? I recently encountered such a couple in a hospital elevator just a few hours before we departed for Kolkata. I stood in the middle, surrounded by a diverse crowd. With a gentle ding, the elevator began its descent and soon halted again with a similar sound. An elderly man standing by the entrance hesitated and stepped out, his hands trembling, his form frail. His wife, steady and composed, grasped his sleeve and said, "Come back, we're not there yet." If they were younger, her pull might have brought him back inside, but now it was merely a tender nudge. The brief commotion left the old lady slightly embarrassed. I couldn't catch her exact words, but her tone suggested a familiar rebuke. Perhaps, "Why are you always in such a hurry?" The old man turned his head towards her and said nothing, which is evidently a clear sign of wisdom to not correct his better half in a lift with people. As the elevator continued its journey, another ding announced our arrival on the third floor. The elderly man prepared to move again, but this time, a shrill, sharp voice announced, "Third floor." I turned to see the source, surprised to find a boy no older than 10 with a satisfied grin. Our eyes met and his smile widened, infectious and pure. His announcements continued and punctuated our descent. Second floor, first floor, and finally, ground floor, delivered with extra flair. The little boy's presence captivated us all, drawing smiles and nods from the adults around him. As we exited, the old lady paused, holding her husband's hand, waiting for the boy. He stepped out, now a bit shy, as the elderly couple offered their thanks and farewells before we all parted ways. It had been a few weeks since that day, and I still can't forget the smile he had on his face. It wasn't just the smile, but the empathy and quick thinking he showed, recognizing the old man's confusion and offering help in such a simple yet impactful way. Why did this memory resurface today? I have wanted to watch this movie for so long and started it as part of my daily showtime. Almost 20 minutes into the film, I realized I was watching the second part of the movie with some serious spoilers to the first already out. Since I don't have it in my power to change things that are done, I proceeded anyway. And then came this particular scene.
I think it's the same with people. I seem like little details so specific to each other that move me and that I miss and always miss.
And I remember that little boy on the left, and it's only natural I write about him and his impeccable presence of mind and empathy.
You can never replace anyone because everyone is made of such beautiful specific reasons.
So true, Celine. And this one is indeed a beautiful specific detail, is it not? And there is more I want to talk about this movie, but that deserves a dedicated letter. Until my next letter finds you, take care. Best wishes. Brooding Brook to Celine, 2000, Paris, from the movie Before Sunset.